Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Professor Layton and the Lost Future. We have gone back to the present, back to our time. What? This was working like 2 seconds ago. Hold on. Really? Why is it charging it? What? 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 What the fuck? That was weird. With the help of the clock shop owner and future Luke, Layton and Luke return to their own time. Where's the other phone? The professor decides to drop by his office to prepare for the meeting with Inspector Chelmy. What the hell? I gotta find something. What the fuck? Okay, I'm like really sorry, folks. Where did it go? What the hell? Huh? There it is, okay. The hell is it all the way back here? I'm really sorry. Chapter 5, The Forgotten Case. I need to stop by my office to check something. After that, we'll go and find Inspector Chelmer. Ah, what a lovely day. There seems to be a physics lecture going on. There seems to be a physics lecture going on in there. There you are, Professor Owl. I see you've cancelled our lecture again this week. Let me guess, you're off investigating another strange mystery, aren't you? Ah, Miss Stone. Hello there. Yes, I'm afraid that something rather pressing has come up. I'll be holding supplementary lectures later, though. You can be sure of it. Oh, no worries, Professor Owl. As long as I get the credit, I don't really care. Now, what kind of attitude is that, Rosetta? If you want those credits, you'll have to earn them. And since your topic is the stone relics of Cornwall, I'd say you have your work cut out for you. As your supervisor, I insist that you check in with me weekly until your dissertation is up to scratch. I didn't mean to imply that I wasn't interested in my studies, and I'm very much looking forward to our sessions together. Not every girl has the privilege of receiving private tuition from the great Professor Layton. What I meant was that you should check in with me during office hours. Oh, you don't have to tell me twice, Professor Owl. I'll see you next week. I don't know what that girl's up to, but it can't be good, Professor. Nonsense, my boy. It's all in your head. You can't fool me. Do you see the look she gave you? She's a man-eater, whatever that means. Oh, dear. Hey, aren't you the guard we bumped into at the presentation? What are you doing here? Oh, well, you see. Well, as you may remember, there were a few hiccups at the presentation. The dust settled, the management decided it would be best to cut me loose. I'm sorry to hear that. Incidentally, I don't believe I've properly introduced myself yet. Please, sir, there's no need. Dean Dalmona filled me in. Just not, Professor Layton. I've actually been holding on to a puzzle just in case you happen to come by. Care to hear it? You've received eyewitness reports about a shady trio. They all wore red, white, and green, but none of them wore the same combination. Here's what witnesses had to say about them. The men wore jackets of the same color. 2 of them had white trousers on. The larger man wore a white hat. The woman's jacket was green. They all have the same jacket. White hat. Oh, the men wear jackets the same color. And his jacket. Okay. And the jacket's the same color. Red. No. White. Oh. White jacket.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
What?
Well, if at first you don't succeed.
What did I get wrong? No, the one's jacket was green with the red.
That should do the trick.
What?
I was sure my logic was sound.
What did I get wrong that time? It should fit it, no? Yeah, that works. Two of them had white. Oh, two of them had white trousers on. So white, red. I'm not messing anything up? Okay.
Let's see if I've got this right.
There.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
Simply beautiful work, sir. Thank you so much for indulging me. Not at all. I quite enjoyed myself. Well, it's not the best view London has to offer. I can hear snoring. Someone must be having a nap. Oh. Notion, my boy. I've been looking for you. Hello there, ding-dong owner. Didn't you receive my holiday request? Oh, thank you, yes, everything is in order there. It's something else that I need your help with. Well, in that case, please tell me how I can be of assistance. Come a bit closer, my boy. What I'm about to ask you, well, I wouldn't like anyone else to hear. Thing is, I have this puzzle that I simply can't work out on my own. My darling granddaughter brought it to me, but I can't for the life of me solve the blasted thing. I can see how that could be rather vexing. Vexing would be putting it politely. It's hard to feel like the king of your castle when you can't even solve your grandchildren's puzzles. This is a rather serious issue for me, Hershon. Nice, it certainly sounds like it. Yes. So, I take it I can count on you to help me work this one out. Ah, but of course. Huh. Here's a matchstick that spell out 100 million. Or 100M. Move one of the matches to the pin to display a length that is 1/1000th of that size. Hold on. God. Sorry. So I gotta use one of these to make it 1,000 to the million. I don't know what 1,000 to the million is. I hate math, because I gotta do math here too. I hate math. Oh, 1,000 centimeters.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Well, 10 centimeters. 100 meters, 10 centimeters.
Well, that's settled.
Oh, that's it. My granddaughter's going to be over the moon when she hears how clever her granddad is. I'm glad I could help. Likewise. Now, by the way, Herschel, I do have one small favor to ask of you. Certainly. Let's keep the fact that you helped me with this puzzle between you and me and the wall, shall we, my boy? Of course, you may count on me. After all, you have a reputation to maintain with your daughter. Oh, perceptive as always. And what about you there, young man? Can you keep a secret? Of course. My lips are sealed, sir. Splendid. For that you have my thanks. One last thing, Herschel. There's a young lady in your office. She said she's waiting for you. I see. Professor, he must be talking about Flora. Poor Flora. Poor Flora. It seems my neighbor is off work today.
Oh!
Hi there, Flora.
It's voiced.
You two have got some nerve leaving me alone while you go off on another adventure.
Now, Flora, you know that wasn't our intention at all. While we were out investigating one issue, an even more troublesome matter arose.
What kind of troublesome matter?
We couldn't have seen it coming, Flora. Honest.
Really?
Of course. We would never leave you behind on purpose.
Luke is quite right. Do forgive us for our oversight.
Well, okay. Just this once. But you two had better not leave me alone again.
Of course not.
You know, Luke and Layton are kind of assholes for what they do to Flora. Like, I can forgive Luke because he's a child, but Layton, come on. What's the matter, Luke? Don't you like that artifact? An English gentleman should have a spare hat ready at all times. Oh, piqued your curiosity, has it? Piqued your curiosity, has it? I'm sure I left an apple on this table. These books were written by a famous foreign puzzle expert. Layton, where are your hint coins, Layton? I'll talk to you, Flora. What's done is done, so I guess there's no point in dwelling on it. You two must be awfully tired after all that running around. I just made a pot of tea. I'll go fetch it. Professor, did you just make a promise to Flora? Yes, I'm rather afraid I did. And unfortunately, this is one promise I may have to break. Professor, that's terrible. You're always saying that a gentleman never breaks his word. Well, I didn't see you doing anything to dissuade the poor girl from coming with us, Luke. Besides, you know our current case is fraught with danger. I don't want her to get hurt. But you're fine with Luke getting her? Okay. I'm pretty sure Flora is older than Luke. I'm fairly certain Flora is just a bit older than Luke. This is bullshit, Layton. This is bullshit. We need to finish what we came here to do so that we can find the inspector. We'd best move quickly. I suppose you're right, Professor. So, what are you looking for? This is actually very misogynistic. Shame on you, Professor. Shame on you. Somewhere in my office is a leather-bound notebook with a yellow snoop sticking out of it. And do you think you can help me find it? Aye, Professor. I'm on the case. Leave those drawers, Luke. I wouldn't have put it in there. Is this the notebook you were talking about, Professor? Why, yes, it is. Let's see. Notes on the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research. Did you gather the information in this notebook, Professor? I did, piece by piece. Sadly, most of its contents have been removed. Hey, you're right. Most of the pages have been torn out. It's been a while since I last opened it. Let's see. Well, the newspaper clippings are still intact, at least. How old are these articles, Professor? I'll explain more on the bus. First, we need to get out of here before Flora returns. I hate this. This makes me feel bad. Voila! I thought you might be hungry, so I made some cucumber sand. Huh? Where'd they go? So mean! It won't let me go back in. Flora will spot us if we go back there, Professor. Scotland Yard. All that stuff in your notebook, Professor. What was this explosion you were researching? It all happened quite a few years ago, when you were very small. Two scientists working in a physics lab accidentally caused an explosion during an experiment. The blast devastated the surrounding area. That must have been all over the news. You'd think so, wouldn't you? However, although many perished in the blast, few records of the accident remain. What happened? And that's something I'm still trying to work out myself. But answer me this, Luke. What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of an explosion? Why, the explosion at the presentation of Dr. Steingun's time machine, of course. That was my first thought as well. I have a strong suspicion that those two incidents are connected. Why's that? Well, it's nothing more than a hunch. A hunch at the moment, so I can't really say any more. Oh, Professor, this is our stop. Here we are, Professor. Scotland Yard. There's no time to waste. We have to find the inspector. Nothing says London like the Houses of Parliament. Oh, I think Big Ben. I think that is Big Ben. The street looks a bit too narrow for buses. Police stations always make me a little bit nervous. Let's go. Hello. Magazine. I didn't know this publication. I didn't expect the police station to be such a dreary place. It's a police station, Luke. Welcome to Scotland Yard, headquarters of the London Police Force. What can I do you for? We're here to see Inspector Chelmey. Could you let him know that we'd like to speak to him? I see. Well, the inspector is always happy to meet the public. He is terribly busy at the moment. Furthermore, I'm under strict orders to issue this puzzle to all visitors. In recent years, the city has been suffering from an increase in accidents and crime. According to a survey, there is one place in the city that has a higher average of injured people and deaths throughout the year than anywhere else. Where could it be? Circle the name of the place.
That should do the trick.
Stupid puzzle.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
That's right, there may be a lot of dangerous places in the city, but the hospitals are where sick and injured people gather throughout the year. That's correct. Tremendous work as always, Professor Layton. Huh? Do you know the Professor? Of course, I'm a huge fan. So is my chin. How could any self-respecting puzzler not know the name Layton? I assume that puzzle was one of your own design. That's right, guilty as charged. I couldn't pass up the chance to have Professor Layton solve one of my puzzles. I'll call to let the inspector know you're coming. His office is just up those stairs. Thank you very much. Hi, Barton. Let me look through your trash and all that jazz real quick. A teapot? The inspector told me he's an English gentleman too. The inspector seems to have quite the caseload. Oh, fuck a wee ball. Ah, nothing like a cup of tea to soothe the nerves. I forgot what your voice sounds like, Barton. I'm sorry. Good day, Barton. Oh, good day to you, sir. Barton, we wish to have a few words with the inspector, but I don't see him here. I don't see him here either. I was led to believe he was here in his office. Yes, he was. Then he got up and left. It was all very sudden. I'm puzzled by his sudden disappearance. But I sincerely hope you're not spreading misinformation about me. It wasn't 5 minutes ago. I told you I need to pop downstairs to see the Chief Constable. Oh yes, you did say that, sir. Use your ears, Constable. You'll never move up in the force if you don't learn to listen. Hello, Inspector. Ah, sorry about that, Layton. I was surprised to see you. Welcome to my humble office. Forgive the sudden intrusion, Inspector. I heard that you're leading the investigation into the Prime Minister's disappearance. I am. And since it's you I'm speaking to, I'll be quite candid. The case has me baffled. Dozens of our witnesses, myself included, and not one blasted lead to work with. Since you were there too, I might as well hear your take on things. Have a seat. I was interviewed on the day of the incident, but maybe another chat will uncover some new theories. Got anything else for me, Barton? I fear the inspector may be quite angry with me at the moment. Oh. I like this. I like this song. Wow. We've already established that you were there when the explosion occurred. Yes, I certainly was. And you must believe, as I do, that there's no way anyone could have survived that blast. Not with that crack stun gun, and not that crack stun gun, and not his staff either. Staff, and though I hate to say it, not the Prime Minister. But what confounds me is that we haven't found a single trace of any of them. What do you mean? We went through the place with a fine-tooth comb and didn't find anything related to the victims. No bodies, no clothing, no shoes, not even so much as a pocket watch ring. All we recovered from the scene was the 10 tons of scrap metal that used to be the machine. No people. There are 8 of them, sir. What? Did you just say something, Constable? There are 8 of them, sir. 8 people vanished. Ah, yes. According to eyewitness reports, 8 people vanished from the scene. That group consisted of Starngarn, a handful of his assistants, and the Prime Minister. Now, how in the world did 8 people just vanish? It's like a blasted magic trick. Don't worry, Inspector. From what I've heard, the Prime Minister is still alive. Ah, young you, look, be a good lad and keep quiet, alright? Your daughter having a serious conversation, eh? If you're bored, why don't you and Barton go play in the lobby? Inspector, I assure you, Luke isn't making this up. There's a very real possibility that Bill Potts is still alive. What? Well, don't leave me here scratching my head like a fool. Explain yourself, Layton. I will, but I must ask a favour of you first. What would that be? Do you recall the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research 10 years ago? What did you just say? I'll take that as a yes. It is imperative that I see any and all case files on that incident. Sounds like you're onto something here, Layton. What do you know? He's been a lot more cordial with Layton than he usually is. Nothing at the moment, but I have a suspicion your current case is somehow linked to this old one. I'd like to help, really, I would. But those files are sealed and require top-level clearance. And a high-ranking officer like myself would have trouble getting his hands on those. I see. I'd hope the man of your status might have the necessary clout to acquire those documents. Unfortunately, it seems I may have hoped for too much. I'm sorry to have asked the impossible of you. Wait just a moment, Layton. I just might be able to get you access to the case files. Excellent. I would be extremely grateful for that. Just one thing though, those documents don't come for free. I want to hear everything you know. Suspect about the Prime Minister's whereabouts. Of course. Once I've seen the documents, I'm sure my theory is sound, and I'm sure my theory is sound. Every detail will be yours. Barton, head down to the archives and fetch and find those old files. Tell them you're there on my orders. Right away, sir. As files can't leave the archive, but you can read them down there. Take the stairs down from the lobby to the cellar. Much appreciated, Inspector. Hello? It's ever so gloomy. What would we do if this light went out? Now, Luke, an English gentleman never plays around on ladders. Welcome to the archives. I've gathered all the case files pertaining to the explosion. Thank you, Barton. Your hard work has saved us considerable time. Yuck! These papers are all mildewy and covered in dust. These files are off limits to most people. You're the first to touch them in a long time. I see. Hand some of those over and I'll help you look through them. Where should I start? I appreciate the offer, Luke, but I should handle these myself. They are top secret after all. Oh, of course. If you say so, Professor. Layton. Oh my god. This is weird. That's weird. You have a puzzle for me? Don't you ever get tired of the inspector shouting at you, Constable Barton? Oh, it's not so bad. He only scolds me when he has good reason to, which is often, unfortunately. Oh! I make a lot of mistakes, so I get shouted at a lot. He's always telling me I lack insight and don't pay enough attention. He's absolutely right, I get distracted very easily and then I make mistakes. Ah, chin up, Constable. Everyone makes mistakes, I make them all the time. I have made some howlers, though. Just the other day, in fact, I found myself in quite a jam. Barton needs to park his police car in the space indicated by the flag. When he encounters a cross, he has to turn left or right. When he meets a circle, he has to keep going straight. Assuming he's not allowed to reverse his car, which route does Barton need to take in order to reach the parking lot? Straight. No. Straight. What? Straight. Aha! No. I can't go down. Gotta go up. Down.
How about this? No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
That's right, Barton has to go all the way around the parking space in order to get there. Though you showed him the route he needed to take, all these turns seemed to have confused Barton. He's been off the police car, and the inspector's not happy. Oh no. Wonderful work, Luke. I bet the professor has never asked to shout at you. Well, the professor's not really the shouting type, but it's true that I never leave a puzzle unsolved. I've got his reputation to uphold. Oh dear, I never considered the possibility that my clangers could harm the inspector's reputation. Don't worry, Constable. You try your best, and that's the most important thing. If only I could convince the inspector to see things that way. Luke, come here. I think I found what we're looking for. What is it, Professor? Ah, you look weird. Is Barton with us? Did Barton join our party? That's fine. We need some very valuable information, Luke. What exactly did you find out, Professor? Let's just say I'm very confident that the Prime Minister is still alive. The only way to save him, however, is to travel to the other London, where he's being held. You think he might be trapped in the future? Perhaps. This is something we need to discuss with the Inspector. Barton's not in our party. Sad. Well, Layton, did your investigation bear any fruit? It did indeed. But before I explain, please allow me a few questions. Inspector, were you involved in the investigation into the explosion at that institute 10 years ago? Yes, ages ago. It was. Remember, I had just been promoted to sergeant. I see. And do you remember the names of the scientists thought to have caused the explosion? Let me think. That's coming back to me now. What was called Allen? Dr. Dimitri Allen. Weren't there two scientists implicated? Do you remember the second scientist's name? It was quite a long time ago, you know. I see you're having some difficulty remembering. Well then, what about the victims? Do you remember anything about them? The explosion caused substantial damage to the area and destroyed a nearby block of flats. Several of the building's tenants perished in the explosion, as well as one of the lab assistants. Strangely enough, though, I think that both the scientists involved in the experiment survived. That was very, very informative. Thank you, Inspector. Right, now I've got a few questions of my own. How do you think this whole case relates to my current one? This is just a theory, but I think the Prime Minister is being held somewhere beyond the influence of Scotland Yard. You mean to say he's being held in another country? You may find what I'm about to tell you hard to believe, but I think Bill Hawks is being held captive in the future. If this is your idea of a joke, Layton, I'm not laughing. I can understand your skepticism. Oh, thank you for all your help today, Inspector. Should I learn anything else about the Prime Minister's whereabouts, you will be the first to know. Come now, Luke, let's be off. Now wait right there. We had a deal. Surely you've got more for me than that far-fetched theory. Inspector, I've told you as much as I know at the moment. Now, please excuse us. Oh my God. Layton. Now that we've got what we came for, let's go back to the clock shop. Cog is waiting for us. We did absolutely nothing. We didn't. Oh yeah, we did get some files for that you needed later, but you didn't do what you said you were gonna do. Well, you did talk to what's his face, Chalmy, but you didn't get anything out of him. Like, I don't know. Righto, Professor. Nothing from you. Oh, you haven't really me. Oh, hey, it's you again. Where are you off to now, Squirt? I can't say. It's a secret. Oh, well, I was going to offer you a puzzle, but it looks like you're in a hurry, so... What's that? You've got a puzzle that needs solving? Oh, now I've got your attention, eh? puzzle. No. There are 3 sheets of transparent plastic with different patterns painted on them. If you lay them correctly, a chessboard pattern appears. The order in which you layer them is important. You can't flip or rotate the sheets, which goes on the very bottom. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Here's my answer. I knew it.
Splendiferous job. I suppose we have to head back to future London now, don't we? What's the matter, Luke? Are you scared of travelling through time again? Yes. I mean, no. As long as I don't have to do it alone. Of course not. I'll be right here with you. First step is to head to Chinatown to meet the future Professor Layton, I suppose. That's right. If my assumptions are correct, we'll find the Prime Minister there as well. Do you think we'll run into trouble along the way? Considering the warm welcome we've received from the family at the casino, I'd say anything is possible. Luke, there's no telling what kind of dangers await us in the future. Maybe it would be best for you to remain here in our time. What kind of apprentice would I be if I left you alone to face those dangers all alone? I'm coming with you, Professor. Let's go. Well, I was going to look at the journal, but, they didn't let us go to the clock shop. We were going to look at the journal, we went to the clock shop, but they didn't let us go to the clock shop. Anyways, that's all for today. Next time, we'll go back to the future again. I do that. Anyways, I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.